If you are managing a team, even a small one, you already know that scheduling is not just about placing hours on a calendar. It's about clarity, communication, and making sure everyone stays aligned. And today, we are going straight into a proper system. We will open up Homebase scheduling software and build a schedule together. And as we go, you'll see how each feature connects, so you're not just using tools, you're actually managing your team with more clarity. Let's get started. First, we begin simple. You sign into your account, and once you land on the dashboard, your eyes go to the left side. There's a tab called Schedule, so you click that, and now this is your main workspace. This is where everything happens. And right away, you notice you're not locked into one view. You can switch between weekly, daily, or even monthly layouts. So depending on how you think, whether you plan big picture or day by day, you can adjust this to your style. Now, let's say you want to focus on a specific time frame. At the top left, there's a date range selector. So you click it, and you can jump to any week you want. This becomes very useful when you plan ahead or when you need to go back and check something from last week. And then, if your business runs on a different weekly cycle, maybe your week starts on Saturday instead of Monday, you can fix that too. You go into Settings, then Schedule Enforcement, and from there, you set your preferred starting day. So now the system aligns with how your business actually runs. Next, we move into organizing your team. By default, shifts are arranged by first names. That works fine for most cases, but then if your team is larger or you prefer a different structure, you can switch to last names or even sort by roles or departments. And here's something that feels very practical. You can drag and reorder employees manually. So if you want your senior staff at the top or group certain people together, you just move them around. It feels flexible, and more importantly, it reflects how you think about your team. Now we get into the core part, which is creating shifts. So imagine you are planning the upcoming week. You move to the correct week using the arrows, then you look at a specific employee row and a specific date column. You click that empty box, then hit the plus icon. A small window opens. This is where you define everything. You set the start time, the end time, and then assign a role if needed. And also, you can extend this same shift to multiple days in one go. So instead of repeating the same step again and again, you apply it across the week. And then there's a small detail that actually helps in real situations. You can add notes to the shift. So if someone needs to open the store, handle inventory, or manage a delivery, you write that directly into the shift. That way, when your team checks their schedule, they don't just see time, they see context. And later, if something changes, you just click the shift again, edit it, and save. No need to recreate anything. Now, let's say you have repeating shifts. Maybe someone works the same hours every day. So instead of building that from scratch, you copy it. You click on an existing shift, hit copy, and then paste it across the days you want. Once you're done, you exit copy mode. This alone can save a lot of time over a full week. And then there's drag and drop. This is where things feel very natural. If someone swaps a day or you need to move a shift, you just drag it to another slot. You can move it across days or even assign it to another employee. So instead of editing details manually, you just reposition it. Now, sometimes one shift is not enough. Maybe someone works a split shift. So in that case, you create the first one, then hover below it and add another. You adjust the timing, maybe assign a different role, and save. So now one person can have multiple shifts in a single day, and it stays clearly organized. Then we have open shifts. This is useful when you know the work needs to be done, but you haven't assigned it yet. So you create a shift under the open shifts row. Once you publish it, your team can see it on their mobile app, and from there, someone can claim it. After that, you, as the manager, can approve or deny. So instead of chasing people manually, the system lets your team step in when they're available. And also, you can add events. Maybe there's a team meeting, a promotion day, or a delivery schedule. So you enable events from the filter, then go to the events row, pick a date, and add a title with a description. This keeps everyone aware of what's coming, beyond just their shifts. Now, once your schedule is ready, this part matters a lot. You need to publish it. At the top right, there's a Publish button. If it shows a highlight color, that means changes are pending, so you click it. And then you decide who gets notified. You can notify everyone, only those with changes, or no one. And then your team receives updates through email, text, or the mobile app based on their preferences. After publishing, the shifts get a visual indicator so you know they're live. And here's something important. If you make any changes later, you need to publish again. Otherwise, your team won't see the updates. So this becomes a habit. Edit, then publish. Now, if your schedule looks similar every week, you don't need to rebuild it. You can copy an entire week. You go to the Tools menu, choose Copy Week, and apply it to a future date. Then you adjust anything that needs change. This works well for stable teams. And then we go one step further with templates. Let's say you have a perfect weekly setup. You can save it as a template. You go into Manage Templates, give it a name, and store it. Later, when you create a new schedule, you just apply that template. So instead of starting from zero, you begin with a structure that already fits your workflow. So when you look at all of this together, it's not just about placing shifts on a calendar. It's about building a system where your team knows their time, their role, and their responsibility without confusion. And once you get used to this flow, it starts to feel less like admin work and more like control over your operations. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.